It's a vibe all the time. It's no surprise.
Hello and welcome to Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. And today we're gonna do a reading about Lilith. Okay, she got like a lot of things. Okay. She's a part of like the Jewish folktales. She's also known as like the Dark Moon. Okay, so we're just gonna look into her. A couple of questions that we're gonna look into. Oh, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Okay. But a couple of things that we're going to look into is how can we assert our independence more effectively? How can we become more creative in our life or like in work if we need to, or both? How can we embrace every part of our sexuality? How can we liberate ourselves? What way can we embrace our shadow sides and a message, you know, that need to be said or want to be heard? So a quote from a Lilith is, an equal partnership is a positive goal. Your personal power may be challenged. Recognize the need for a balance of power in your body and in your relationships. Right. So in the folktale, good old Lilith. Jewish folktale, Lilith was technically the first woman. I don't know. Okay. To each his own. If you want to believe it, you can believe it. If you don't want to believe it, that's cool too. I just decided to do it because, I did the shadow side. Like how to start our shadow work. She just like dark moon, supposed to be the shadow moon, I was trying to keep it going. And I was supposed to do this reading like mad long ago. I just kept putting it off. And then I found her in the deck that I have, the little goddess deck, but she was reversed. So I was like, okay, maybe you. And she was the only one that was reversed. So I was like, okay, all right, heard you. It's heard you. So we have Supermoon. Emotions are running high. Then we have Ouroboros, Infinity, and Past Life. What's that number? Eternal. Okay, so it's Infinity, Eternal, and Past Life. Something was about. And ooh, funny enough, well, in this deck, like a symbol of her is the snake, and this is like a snake eating herself, pretty much saying like a cycle repeats, which infinity, goes around and around, and is looping herself. So you could be in a cycle or feel like you're in a cycle, and it's time to regain your power so you can be either feel equal or be equal with other people rather than feeling like you're beneath them. Because in the folktale, she never really believed or felt like she was beneath Adam. And that was the problem the whole time. When Adam was trying to put her beneath him, she was like, no, no, no. God made us equal, so I'm your equal. Treat me as your equal. And he was like, yeah, no. So she left. And, so I don't know how that, like, it was just because the snake. That's why it tied into it because, her. But yeah. Next we have the magician or the mage. This is all about like creation and transformation and creation, realizing that you have all that you need within you. Oh, we had another card. So we had that, and then we have, this supposed to be the Hangman in this deck, but it says the Wounded Dragon, and it's reverse. So you could be refusing to, because the Hangman is all about like gaining perspective, or like, how about I say the Hangman is you put it in timeout to gain a new perspective and to see things in a different way. So with this being reversed, you refusing to see something in a different way, which could be causing you to repeat certain cycles. Rather than taking actions what you need to take actions on, because you, like I said, like before, you will feel inferior, feel like you don't have everything that you need to have. And then we have Master of the Hunt, speed, masculinity, and flow. Um, yeah, refusing to see it and like whatever you need to see in a different perspective is going against the flow, and you might be rushing into things without fully thinking it through and getting, you know, more and more hurt because you're not addressing what needs to be addressed. Because masculinity is pretty much, and tarot speak is all about power and control and stuff like that. So you're giving your power away, or not taking, you're giving your power away and might not be able to, and not, might not be seeing that you're giving your power away and how that's affecting you. Had to, so let me try to redo that again, seeing that I stumbled. You might be giving your power away and not realizing that you're giving your power away. And, or, because with the Hangman reverse, refusing to see how giving your power away affects you. You know, like if it's people pleasing, right? And you know, maybe like, oh, you know, it's always nice helping people. Like I like helping people, you know. It's it's nice. But sometimes, you know, some people don't know when to stop taking. So, you know, you can't always be that giver or help people because, you know, they take that for granted, or, you know, for a weakness. And a lot of people might be doing that, and you're continue to give the, like continue doing it, and that's giving your power away, and that's draining you and going against the like what you need to do or what you're supposed to do with this Hangman Wounded Dragon reverse. Then we have Girl Talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. And then we have sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perspective, focusing out. Focusing out? What the hell does that even mean? Also, like the magician, he does tricks, so it could be like an illusion. um, and it's like, yeah, you refusing to see it or get like or look at it in a new way or a different perspective to move on, like to see past, to see it in a different perspective, to move on, to be like to be happy by yourself and happily single and enjoying the times. Or hold on, we have Phoenix rising, a new phase, rekindling, renewal, transformation, growth, changed mind. Because the magician, he can also create illusions. And he does tricks, you know? So, pretty much manipulation, right? And, you know, that's kind of sort of what gaslighting is you manipulating facts. And it's a lot more than that. But, let's just say that for right now. And you could be refusing to see through the illusions, and that's causing you to repeat this cycle, you know, infinity, go round and round, rather than moving forward to a new phase in your life. Because the whole, like I said before, the whole reason why we in the Hangman, or we're supposed to be in the Hangman, is to gain a new perspective and take a time out to know what needs to be changed and to gain that new perspective, pretty much. And because right after the Hangman is the Death card, which is all about change and transformation. And then we have this new phase, you know. So it's just like you have to see through the tricks of the magician, you know. Or take action on your... Like, if someone's trying to gaslight you, then you have to see through their illusions to take action on what you really want to take action on. Because the magician, like I said before, he has all the tools that he has, like, that he needs to do the trick. He's confident to be able to do the trick. And we all know it's a trick. And he's not really, you know, pulling a rabbit out of thin air. Like, if the rabbit would have to be in the hat from earlier, you know. We it's like a trick of the eye, pretty much. And you're refusing to see that it's just a trick, or that it's just a part of the show. It's just an illusion to move on to the next cycle. And then we have balance, which is the purple is the third eye. So, and your third eye pretty much pick up on things that your regular eyes might not pick up on. It's like your intuition and stuff like that. And it could be saying, like, you need to be balanced to get, like, to have that sense of clarity, to have that, you know, epiphany, to gain that new perspective. Then we have air element. I embrace the element of air, and I am open to the knowledge and wisdom. Okay, and then we have Frog Princess. Heed wise counsel, listen. Yeah, with that gaslighting, probably saying, like, you can't trust everybody that's around you. Watch who you ask for advice from or tell your business to. Because some people could be just trying to keep you stuck. Then we have Once Upon a Midnight Dreamly. Creativity, genius, writing, expression, artistic flow. Like I keep saying, like, they're probably trying to keep you stuck and, like, block your... Because when you're in timeout, you know, you can't really do anything. You just have to sit there and think about why you in timeout. Now, some kids just sit there and complain about why they like that they're in timeout rather than realizing why they're in timeout. I was that child that cried in timeout. Even if, like, before I got to the corner, I was crying. Like, fake or real tears. Either way, I was not trying to be in that corner. So, like, you know, that was, oh, that's manipulation. But some people realize that, you know, it was manipulation, or that, like, I think one person was literally just trying to tell me to go in the corner just so I can, like, fake cry. So, hey. But you could be repeating, like, past life problems or past, like, issues from your past that you should have outgrown or hopefully have outgrown. And it's time to see certain things in a different perspective. Like, a timeout isn't bad. Sometimes you need to calm the hell down. So you go in a timeout. Or you need to walk away. You know, that's a timeout too. You just need to exit from the situation. Cool down a little bit. Think about why you gotta cool down. What's the problem? What's going on here? And then, oh, 2131. And then 15, 12, 1. There's a lot of ones in here. Oh, this is 7. But I mean 37, but 7. 1, 3, 6, 3, 4. Oh, and it's 18, 9. Okay. For the neurology people, but there's a lot of ones, which is all about, like, intuition and beginnings and stuff like that, and creativity, like I said with the magician card here. So, but with the gaslighting here, you might not be able to see clearly. It might, and that's clouding your perspective, which causing you not to see things the way that they need to be seen, and just stuck in this illusion, you know, of clouds. But once you balance your third eye, or, like, balance yourself, that's, you will realize that you are equal to other people. You're not inferior to anybody. Everybody deserves respect. No one is above anybody. Even if you have more money, power or not, we are still human beings. Everybody is equal, right? And then the people that make you feel inferior, or trying to gaslight you, or, like, hold you back, or, like, spy on you, or things like that, you will start to see who they are and turn them away. And, like, and then we have bats in the battery. You can accomplish great things. Oh, that, like, the whole, like, pushing people away, and, like, you'll realize who to push away. That could be the wise counsel that you need to hear, which is in yourself. Also, because the frogs, right? They live on water and land, but first they start off in water. And at some point in time, they go on to land. But they're very, like, adaptable, flexible. They can do a lot of things. Flies are, like, not flies. Frogs are, like, I mean, they eat flies, I guess. But I believe they, like, absorb water through their skin. They do a lot of things. They're, like, real amazing people. Like, not amazing people, amazing well, I guess because it's a princess, but a real amazing animal. And they can jump high, you know. So it's like, you can accomplish great things. You can accomplish great things, very high things, like I just saying. Like, they can jump high, you know. And you can be adaptable and flexible, and be pretty much, like I said, they start off in water, but then could live their life on land if they want to. You can be put anywhere and accomplish it all if you really want to, but you just have to get out of the cycle first. And we have Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limit of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so so that I can see what is for my highest good, which is what the Hangman is all about. And it could be like, oh, it's all tied up, lined up with the Hangman is all balanced. You see, you have to be balanced within yourself, or to allow the message to come in and believe that it's actually here to help you and show you the highest good that you can accomplish and achieve great things, right? Like, if you're not gonna trust anybody, you should at least trust yourself. And know that you know what's best for you. And if you feel like you don't, you know, the universe is trying to show you what is good for you, so you can start, you know, taking those steps, making those steps to, you know, what, to accomplish great things, and then start believing in yourself and realize that you are, you know, equal to people. Not superior, not inferior, but equal. Everyone is equal. There's nobody better than anybody. And then we have, in another moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Okay. Maybe talking to somebody help you contemplate, like start thinking about what you need to gain a new perspective on, rather than you thinking about it by yourself. You get another form of help. But with this heed wide counsel, you know, might want to watch who you're talking to, because it says three people. Like, it's three people here that you're pushing away, you're walking away from. And then in these cards, there's two animals in the back, so you know, it could be I don't know, it could be two people, could be three people, but either way, you're walking away from a group, like certain people. And let's say you keep going to those, like these people, for help and advice, and they are the ones that are holding you back and keeping you stuck and stagnant. Maybe it's time to go talk to somebody else, rather than who you have been talking to. Talk to somebody else. Talk to somebody new, to try to get a new perspective. Hold on, there's a spider on my wall. Okay. Normally I'm not like a fan of spiders, but that spider was kind of it was too close to like things I have to wear, and I'm not a big fan of those. Not a big fan of that. So, like in regular places, not by my clothing, that's fine. Like, but I'm gonna read the next card because I forgot what I was saying before. Um, Energy flows where my intention goes. Well, that kind of rhymes. It's kind of cute. Oh, you can't see. There you go. And then we have change in direction. The change that you are experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future. So follow our path to help No, to the happy outcome you desire. Okay, before I show you the card, don't judge the card. It kind of sort of got caught in like a candle mishap, okay? Yeah. There's other cards that got caught in that candle mishap. It was yo. Some of it made it out okay, some did not. So it says path. I know that much, but I don't know what the other word. That's why I said hour. Could be yours, okay? I don't know. It's a smudge. And then we have journal. Where to put this? I'm gonna put it here. And then we have movement. Okay, I'm not gonna put this here. I'm gonna put this here because, you know, speed, flow, masculinity. It's all about movements. Nights. Could be like a night. You need to move, take action on something. Could be, if it is like a night. Oh, let me put this back. If it is a night, could be like the Knight of Cups, you know, trying to go on a spiritual journey to build confidence, gain confidence, emotional vulnerability, respect for yourself, and stuff like that. Okay, hold on. So, couple of numbers. There are 7, 1, 12, which reduced to 3, 15, which reduced to 6. Then we have 21, which reduced to 3, to 31, which reduced to 4, 7. Oh, we had 19 reduced to, no, we had 18 reduced to 9. And then we had 36, which is 9. So we have 2 9s. And then we have 29, which is 2. So we have, did we have 2 3s? Right, yeah, 2 3s and 2 9s, 2 7s. So 7s is like luck. 3 is, oh, freak. I'm gonna come back to me with that one. What was the other number that was said as a lot? Oh, 9. 9 is all about like releasing and letting go. I still can't remember what 3 is about. So, you know, if you know, that's great. At this moment, it's not coming to me. I want to say teamwork, but I know. Hold on. Okay. So 3 is communication and expression. Which 3 of Cups is all about like the flow. The flow of emotions. And the 3 of Wands is all about progress. Also negotiation, waiting for your both to come in. So yeah, expressing yourself. And 7, like I said, is about your luck, but it could also be, it's all about yourself as well. And 9 is pretty much releasing. So it could be saying you need to look at how you're expressing yourself and what you need to release. Or who you need to release. So you can express yourself freely and more authentically. Yeah, but 3 always throws me off. I don't know why, but it always 3 and 6 always throws me off. I'm just like, yeah, I can do any other number. Oh, except 8. 8, I could just thinking like the infinity symbol. So I'm just like, a cycle. Could be. I think it is. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. Speaking of threes, which is all about like heartbreak and not looking at the heartbreak or taking time to look at the heart, or being stabbed in the back, heartbroken, and not really taking the time to look at it and heal from it. Underneath that, we have the Knight of Wands. You see how it's about a knight, and a knight came. So the Knight of Wands, right? But upright. He's brave and courageous and stuff like that. He's also known to be a player from time to time. Even if he like brave and courageous, rush into battles, and even if it's not really like a chance of him winning, he will still fight. But when I was just learning the cards and stuff like that, and the Knight of Wands reverse, they pretty much say like he was heartbroken or he was hurt before or burnt before. So now, you know, he doesn't rush into things as he used to, and might be the Hierophant. No, that probably is the lesson that you need to learn to move on to calmer waters. Because the Hierophant is all, you know, divinely guided, divinely orchestrated. He can put us in the Hangman, put us in a timeout. And like, you know, it's all about tradition as well, and like morals and stuff like that. So with the universe here, like trying to help you see your highest good and stuff like that, the Hierophant is literally here trying to show you this highest good. That's why they put you in this Hangman, so you don't affect your future in a negative way. They are keeping it safe and protected until you are, let's say, like able to handle it or capable to handle it and deal with it, till you're ready to deal with it or take action on it. So again, a couple of things that we're gonna look at is how can we assert our independence more effectively? How can we become more creative in our life and or work? How can we embrace every part of our sexuality? How can we liberate ourselves? In what way can we embrace our shadow side? And like a message from the universe, pretty much. And I'm going to read Lilith's quote again. So, her quote is, an equal partnership is a positive goal. You know, you don't need to be codependent. Y'all can have y'all individual things. It's positive. Your personal power may be challenged. You know, just like how Adam tried to challenge her to put her beneath him, you know, and she fought back pretty much and said, no, 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 God made us equal. And so treat me as your equal. And when he said no, she left. And, you know, well, that's how that story goes. Recognize the need for a balance of power in your body and your relationship. And we have balance here. Okay, so the card that came out for how can we assert our independence more effectively is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is all about like being out in the cold or feeling out in the cold. But normally they're walking by a church, right? So you can seek help and receive help if you really wanted to. So it's like you don't have to like be out in the cold, you know, with this heed wise counsel. you can get help, so you don't have to be out in the cold anymore. You don't have to, your heads don't have to be in the clouds. You don't have to be confused. You know, help somebody, ask somebody to help you gain or see it in a different way, or like gain a new perspective on what you, or the situation. And how can we become more creative in our life and or work? We have the King of Pentacles reverse. So King of Pentacles reverse, he's real materialistic, manipulative, to, he feel like wealth equals power, and he will manipulate the, or use that power to manipulate whoever he needs to gain more wealth and power, you know. So you know those people, and I'm like, ever had that saying that you shouldn't be jealous of what somebody else's have because you don't know what they had to do to get it or what they would do to keep it? Yeah, that's him. Okay, like that's this person right here. Just all about money, do anything for money, will just, you know, will manipulate to gain money. Feel like money is power. As long as he has money, he has power. More money he has, the more power he has. You know, manipulative. So don't let somebody else trying to buy you, I guess. Um, just because they have money, or for superficial reasons. Because we had the Five of Pentacles, and then we had the King of Pentacles. So it could be like this person left you out in the cold because, let's say, they felt like they was better than you, and now you having this change in direction, and you become wealthy, and now they want to come back to you. Maybe, you know, let's not accept them back, okay? If you weren't good enough before, you might not be good enough now. Just continue not being good enough, quote unquote, to this person, okay? You was always good enough because y'all was always equal. Y'all was always on the same plane. Everybody's equal in the eyes of God or the universe, okay? But he probably felt like, King of Pentacles reverse probably felt like, if you didn't have enough or bring enough to the table, you're, you know, don't need to be in his presence, don't need to be around him. So how can we embrace how can we embrace every part of our sexuality? We have the Three of Cups, what I was talking about earlier. You know, sharing your emotions with, sharing your emotions openly, I would say, like, whatever you do behind your bedroom door, I don't really care. Like, I'm not in the bed with you, so I don't care what you do. But if you are like in a relationship with somebody, maybe they should know how to, you know, please you sexually. So maybe that's a conversation y'all need to have openly, so y'all know what each other wants and needs are. Even if you're not like in a sexual relationship and it's just like emotional, that you still need to be able to express yourself emotionally, and like to feel vulnerable and be open to, because Three of Cups is also like celebration and stuff like that. So, but you could feel out in the cold even though, because you don't resonate with these people or connect with these people anymore, and it could be time to like move on to something else and someone like, or a different group of people that won't make you feel so like outcasted or by yourself or alone. And then we have, how can we liberate ourselves? We have, oh shit, we have the Hermit Reverse. See, okay, the Hermit's all about like going inwards, finding the answers and seeking the answers. if you're refusing to go inwards because you see how he's hiding his face away, it could be because of shame, guilt, a lot of things. But either way, you still need to go inside, get that like introspection, which could be why you like have this Hangman reverse, because you're not going inside and like to see, to gain the answers that you need to gain to move forward and gain a new perspective. Because the magician, for one, he has confidence within himself, to know that he can do the trick. And he also has all the tools on the table to do the trick, but he also has to have the confidence to be like, yeah, I mastered how to do this illusion, this trick, to accomplish it flawlessly. But if you're not allowing yourself to go inside to gain that confidence, to realize that you have all the tools that you need, or gain all the tools that you need to be able to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish flawlessly, then you will, just be stuck out in the cold and feeling inferior to people when you're not inferior to people, and no one is better than you. Everyone is equal. I don't know, like people just weird. Everyone is equal. Like, there's no gender better than one gender. There's no race better than the other race. There's, one country is not better than the other country. None of it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep, And did I finish reading her quote? I did. Because, like, here, when the part where you have to recognize the need to balance your power in your body and your relationship. It could be people like this King of Wands making you feel ashamed, and that's not fair, and that's causing you not to feel confident to go inward or confident in your abilities when you can accomplish great things. Your worth and your value doesn't come from the money that you have. Like, you're a human being. You have value because you have knowledge. You can talk, you can speak, you can walk, you can work, you can read, you can drive, you can do a lot of things. You have value. It doesn't matter how much you have in the bank. That doesn't make you a valuable person, like, or a worthy person to be around. Because you can have a lot of money and then be an asshole. So it's just like like that King of Wands like the King of Pentacles reverse. So it's just like, don't let somebody else that's hiding behind materialistic things try to make you feel like you're not worthy because you don't have the same shoes or the same things that they have. Because 9 times out of 10, like, people, like, remember, like, when back in the old days, like, everyone used to have Jordans and was like, oh, you don't have the new Jordans? Oh my God. And it's just like, it's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, you trying to spend all this on one pair of shoes, you can get this, and this, and the third for something else. So it's just like, just because your priorities isn't the same as somebody else's priorities, don't let them try to put you down and make you feel less than, because you're not. Y'all just don't have the same priorities. Food can't feed you. I mean, not food. Shoes can't feed you. You feel me? Food can feed you. But if you rather spend your money on valuable things like food, necessities, bills, rather than materialistic things like shoes, clothes, and a car, that's good. If you want to save your money and like until you can afford that, and then boom, your car is better than their car, is that cool too? You do you, okay? Like, but everybody's path and everybody, like, is different. And with the King of Pentacles being reversed, it's like like they're literally behind, like hiding, like the magician hiding, creating an illusion that everything is okay, they're fine and they're secure. But they're insecure because they're hiding behind materialistic things. And I bet you, as soon as them things start poof, 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 they're a whole different person, right? So it's just like, don't allow somebody else to affect how you feel about yourself. It's not nobody else's job to like you. It's your job to like you. And ooh, it was an episode of Half and Half, right? Where he had a nice car, right? I forgot what car he had, right? But a nice car and a good job and all this other stuff, right? And he looked nice, so nice to the point that the main character thought, there was a secret that he was hiding and things wasn't right. Like it was like he was trying to like dress her up pretty much, fancy her up. And she thought, okay, something's wrong here. And, she asked another friend to go fact check some things. Come to find out, this man was living in his car. Okay? And then when she like talked to him about it and tried to confront him about it, he tried to make it seem like it's not that bad living in the car. And it's just like, And when she started pointing out, you have a good job, do you wear nice suits, you can do this. Oh, well, because of my job, I have to dress and look a certain way. Then she was like, okay, just bring back the car. Oh no, I have to look a certain way, create a certain image. But you're living out of your car, my guy, right? Like, you telling people I'm gonna be here from this day and this day, but not this day because that's when the street sweeper, like, come on now. Come on now. Like, your priority is not straight. Okay, you'd rather spend all that money on massages and fancy suits rather than living in an actual place that have heat and indoor plumbing? Hmm? You know? So people priorities could be different, but don't let somebody else's priorities affect how you feel about your priorities and how you feel about yourself. Because nine times out of, like I said, that person, he was hiding something. And it was that he was homeless and was using her for like indoor plumbing. And they might push you away and make you feel like you're the weirdo when you're not the weirdo, bro. You're not the weirdo for not trying to mess with somebody that lives in a car. But to eat, like, I'm not saying like living in a car is bad. Like, you can be down, but then don't try to knock somebody else while they're like, don't, like, if you're down, don't try to knock somebody else while they're down. Don't do like a whole, you're down, I'm gonna kick you while you're down, pretend I'm up, that whole thing. Like, this King of Pentacles will pretend like he's up, and even though he's down, and try to kick you if you're up, right? So you can be on the same level as him. And then you feel out in the cold in something that you shouldn't be out in the cold on. You shouldn't feel out in the cold on. And then next card, what way can we embrace our shadow side? We have the Four of Pentacles. I don't know if it's like upright or reverse, but I'm gonna say it's reverse because you see how he's looking at the money as he has nice things around him, spending it, Because normally the Four of Pentacles is like holding back out of, like, because you're insecure and stuff like that. But if you just let it flow, let it the way that it needs to, like Pentacles, right? You can, if you keep, you can save your money, right? And just put it, and just hold on to it. And then at some point you just have a whole bunch of money. And then you start becoming paranoid because you have all this money, but nothing to do with it. Or no one to give it. So you just hold on to it rather than putting it somewhere safe and secure, right? Because you're so paranoid and insecure and everything. But if you start spending it little by little and have a sense of like a balance to it, you will realize like it's not that bad. Because sometimes you like people that have that sort of money, they just hold on to it because they don't want to spend it, because if they know they spend it a little bit, they're going to continue spending it and spending it till it's all gone. That's the whole fear. But if you balancing yourself and have moderation and like take it time by time, little by little, you will have like a sense, become more secure in yourself, and then you'll be able to communicate more vulnerably and authentically with other people. Because you will realize that you are equal, not inferior nor superior. Equal. And then the message is Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning, and like also like taking action on something, on a new adventure. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Swords, which is all about it's sneaking, self-deception. And at the bottom of that, behind that is the Ten of Wands. So you could deceive yourself all you want, but that's gonna lead to, you know, Ten of Wands. Something's gonna come crashing down. You can't continue doing that. Because it's gonna become a burden. It's gonna be a very heavy burden that, you know, just come bring you down. Or simply someone that's trying to deceive you, they're just gonna fall flat on their face once you realize, like in that balance card, and you start pushing people away or removing yourself from people that are trying to deceive you. They just fall flat on their face anytime they try to. Let's see if there's anything else. Anything else I want to say? Oh, you said like this new beginning, or like this Ace of Wands, like I said, this new adventure that you going on. You could be real, like simply they left you out in the cold. Let's say they ghosted you or they walked away from you, right? Made you feel like you were the outcast even though you weren't. Okay, are you gonna continue standing in the cold? Okay, are you? No. Move on. Move somewhere else. Go find shelter. Find other people that, you know, are outcasts too. That probably will accept you the way that you are and love you the way that you are, because, you know, everyone has like a soul, like a little click for them. And with this Heat White Council and then like the Wounded Dragon, he has like all this like flags, but I saw the red flag, right? Could be like the Red Cross pretty much, right? So if it's like a therapist, there we go. I would say therapy, but therapist, you know, do that. That's cool too. Also red, that is the root chakra, and there's a lot of red and a lot of greens. So red dragon, green dragon. Frog princess is in a red dress. The frog is green. King of Pentacles, red. Then we have blue, which is throat chakra, is expression. And oh, green, blue, brown. That's the brown one. I know what it is. It's like grounding, but it's like a different. It's like super grounding, pretty much. Super grounded. It's what I'm gonna call it right now. But yeah, it's affecting a lot of your chakras, pretty much. While I'm pointing out the colors, exactly why I pointed out numbers for other people. if you into numerology and or colors or the chakras. There you go. Not expressing your feelings and what's in your heart is what's causing you to feel insecure and unstable in the environment around you. But once you start expressing yourself or speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, that's when you feel less out of the cold, feel less alone, less ashamed of things that make you happy, and put a smile on your face. And you will find the clique that you really belong, or the group that you really belong, the work environment that you really belong, the friend group that you really belong in. And you won't feel used or abused. You will feel appreciated and loved. Okay, so now I'm going to do the 3 cards sum up, and then that'll be the end of it. Oh, we have Temperance. It's all about balance for one, testing the waters, and learning patience. And it comes after the Death card. And so it's the Hangman, Death, and then Temperance. So it's like after change, you might have to test things out, find out, or like after a transformation, you know, you have to find out, test things, feel your way around the world, like a baby, right? You know, when they just was birthed into the world, you know, they don't just do everything they was doing in the womb. They have to get acquainted with the environment around them, test things out, learn things out, and have patience to find that sense of balance where they can stand, well, first lift their head up with no problem, then crawl, to then walk. You know, they have steps. And they have patience. You know, they're not... Only time they really get angry is when they have like gas, they want a bottle, they tired. You know. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, who is very soul nurturing, caring, giving, humble, and have everything that she needs. You know, a boss, wifey material. Next card is, ooh, the 10 of Wands from a different deck. Look at it. Pressure. But let's finish. Let's continue before I say what I need to say. And then the 9 of Pentacles, just about like being free and liberated. You know, Minor Arcana Empress. What's at the bottom of the deck? Oh, the 9 of Wands. I love it. Okay, so the 9 of Wands is all about like persevering, right? But it's also could be like being defensive. So, let's see what's under it. The Ace of Queen of Cups. It's all about, she's loving, caring, and intuitive, right? Can give and receive love with no problem, right? She holds the Ace of Cups, can give and receive that amount of love with no problem. Where the King of Cups, you know, he wishy-washy with his. But with the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, she's wifey materials. She's a boss. She humble, soul nurturing, and all this other stuff. She doesn't really need anybody for anything. If she wanted, she can go buy it for herself. It's the same thing with the 9 of Pentacles. It's a single person that worked for every penny that she had. And because the 7 of Pentacles can quickly turn into the 9 of Pentacles. And it could be like you were pressured, like stumbling, and there's a lot of pressure and you feel like giving up. Continue persevering until you clear whatever this pressure or this hurdle to move forward. because she is, like I said, she's like, this is minor arcana Empress. She is 1/4 of the Empress. And bitch, if you get 1/4 of the Empress, you know, 1/4 of the way there, 25% of the way there, you know. And then after this, underneath this, you persevering, we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is that she's so nurturing. She's emotionally nurturing, caring, loving, give the full cup of love, like I was saying before. And if you, let's say you're giving your love to like somebody else, you start realizing that it's best to pull that back and give the love you was giving to these people, that these 3 people that you was giving to them. You start giving that to yourself. You start loving yourself more, having more self-respect, more like your self-esteem goes up, and you trust yourself more and trust in your abilities more. And you start to realize that you're not going to deal with certain people or have certain relationships replay itself because you don't want that hurt again. Like that the 3 of Swords that was here in the beginning is heartbreak. And you don't want to live through that heartbreak again. You don't want to do that again. You don't want to have those mental pressures or headaches or, you know, whatever pressure or burdens that you may have. You don't want to have those burdens anymore. You release them and walking away from them to move on to something better and brighter, where you're stable, abundant, and independent, and you don't really need anybody that, that's not either going to treat you the way that you want to be treated, or like with Lilith here, as an equal. So yeah, but that's all that I'm seeing. If you feel like this reading resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time.